It's hot in here.
There was a guy out there with his nose.
Touching that thing.
That's awesome.
I'd like to call to order the Iredell County Board of Commissioners 4 o'clock pre-agenda meeting for Tuesday, July the 15th, 2025. At this time, I'd like to ask the county manager, do we have any adjustments before on the agenda?
Yes, sir, we do have one addition, and that is property acquisition under closed session pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 143-318A5.
Thank you. We do not have any special recognitions or awards tonight at the 6 o'clock, but we do have an appointment before the board. Do you want to just go over that just briefly, manager, on that one?
Yes, absolutely. The appointment before the board, which will be at the 6 o'clock meeting, is a request from the Health Department to present the 2024 State of the County Health Report, which is better known as the Scotch. So they will be here at 6 o'clock to present that to the board.
Okay, thank you. We have 2 public hearings tonight.
I will say, John just mentioned, they do have a handout that's on the dais before you.
Okay.
That goes with that.
And we do have 2 public hearings tonight. County manager, do you want to kick those off? I know Jake's here in place of Matthew.
Here, Matthew Todd is out this week, but Jake is here. We do have 2 public hearings. The first one is a public hearing to rezone approximately 4.43 acres along Oswald Amity Road. This one was recommended unanimously by the planning board. It's in your packet. If you have any questions, Jake is here to answer those questions. Do you want a quick briefing on that, or does anybody have any questions with what's in your packet?
Let's go ahead and do a quick briefing if we can, that way everybody's.
Jake, do you mind?
Here, why not go ahead and do it?
Let's do it. So the first one will be certainly the most simple case of the evening. It's roughly 4.5 acres. If you want me to pull up anything on slides, I can. 4.5 acres on Oswald Amity Road. Planning board recommended unanimously for it. It's RA to GB. It's surrounded by heavy industrial from Troutman. Troutman supports it based on their land use plan. Nobody showed up in opposition for it. The owner will be here on behalf of the company to speak to that. No conditions opposed and no conditions allowed. It is a straight rezoning. So any questions on that? It is, yeah, it's surrounded on the county side by some existing non-residential uses. You won't see them zoned commercially on the map, but they're either grandfathered in and old, or it's a church across the street that's non-residential. So yeah, we support it completely.
Okay. And number 2?
We have one more rezoning, and this is a request to rezone 40 acres along Wilkesboro Highway. Jake, do you want to give them a quick briefing on this one as well?
Absolutely. So I'm sure you've had calls on this one. Zoning from residential agricultural to RA conditional district solely with the addition of the use of a solar energy facility. This one originally started, a proposal came to us for 192 acres for the entirety of the parcel to be rezoned. Since the public input meeting, the applicant has reduced that to 40 acres on the west side of 115. So it's a much smaller footprint for the solar facility, but still at planning board, we had 25 or so folks in opposition to it. Planning board has split vote 5-4 to recommend approval of it. But I think we maybe had just a handful of folks support for that, including the family that was there. But the items that were of most concern were water quality, fire hazard, noise, the erosion control, floodplain, the typical things that have come with, one, the site being adjacent to Rocky Creek, but two, just the perception of solar in general.
Okay, thank you, sir. Anybody?
Absolutely.
Now brings us down to our administrative matters, and I'll turn it back over to the county manager. That way we can knock those out for this afternoon.
Thank you, Chair Conley. The first item is a request from Emergency Management for approval of the statewide mutual aid agreement, and Mr. Kent Green is here to make this presentation to the board.
Thank you, Ms. Milton. Every few years, North Carolina Emergency Management asks us to reaffirm our participation with the statewide mutual aid agreement, and that's what this is for this year. It's actually dated 2023 because that was the latest version. I think we came before the board maybe around 2020 was the last time we did an update to ours. It's just reaffirming our commitment to Kennedy County Mutual Aid, and the new language is we don't have to have a state of emergency to request that. So it makes it a bit easier for us to go back and forth and assist our neighbors.
Any questions for Kent? Do we have consent?
Consent.
Thank you. Kent also has the next item, and that's a request from Emergency Management for approval of a 3-year agreement with VOC to provide a virtual emergency operations center platform and authorize the county manager to sign this agreement. Kent?
Thank you. We moved away from Web EOC, which is the state platform back in 2019, I guess, right at the beginning of COVID, to this platform, our VOC, Virtual Emergency Operations Center. It's served us well. We've put all of our plans in it now, and we use it for requisitions for resource requests and other movement of resources across the county. And this is a 3-year agreement. We pay it up front, and it'll save us about $3,600 over the 3-year period. And it was approved in the budget for this year.
Any questions? Do we have consent?
Consent.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next item is a request from EMS to apply for a grant from the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation. Mr. Eric Morrison is here to make this presentation to the board.
Good afternoon. As Manager Milton mentioned, this is a grant request that we'll be submitting to purchase some additional video laryngoscopes. So being able to provide an airway to a patient is obviously a critical skill that our paramedics possess. Everything we can do to make that job easier and more effective is obviously important to us. In the process of trying to be good stewards of the taxpayer money, we're looking for additional funding to try and offset some of the costs of the improvements we're trying to undertake. And this would be about a $30,000 to $32,000 proposal to them. I believe the current period is closed, so we would be applying in the next period, which I believe is October.
It is. And I will just say that Brittany Snyder that goes and looks for grants, as soon as she found this one, she sent it. Eric jumped right on it, and within like a day, it closed because they had enough applications. So this allows us to go ahead and get board approval, so when it does open in October, we can jump on it.
Any questions? Do we have consent?
Consent.
Thank you. Mr. Morrison also has the next item, and that's a request from Emergency Medical Services to update the physical agility testing policy.
Sure. So the physical agility testing is pre-employment testing that has been done for our staff to ensure they can perform the functions of the job. The existing policy goes back about 7 or 8 years, was not consistent with what had been current practice of the department. So we're just trying to bring the existing policy into alignment with the practice. Our new hires will still go through it. I think we've had some conversations with the HR. We may revisit this again with you in the future about adding some testing for employees who are coming back from an extended medical leave to ensure that they're capable of performing the roles of the job. But like I said, it's really just bringing us into alignment with current practice.
Would this, in your opinion, is this going to be a more stringent standard?
I would say
Or would it
it's
be a relaxing?
to not to dodge your question, I would say it's in the middle. It is, so the physical agility test remains the same as it has. The previous policy wanted employees to go through it annually. However, the practice was not being enforced for a period of time. Part of the reason it was not being enforced was the inability of the department to help provide physical fitness, whether it's facilities for the staff, for the ability for the staff to improve their physical fitness. And so I think there was some concern and some consideration for that aspect of having an annual retesting. I think in an ideal world, it'd be fantastic. We certainly want our staff to be as physically capable as possible as doing the job, but I would say it holds the same previous standard that has essentially been in practice.
Okay.
Do we have consent?
Consent.
Okay, thank you. The next item is a request from the library to approve budget amendment number 1 to accept an LSTA scholarship grant in the amount of $1,775 from the State Library of North Carolina and amend the budget. And Ms. Brittany Snyder is here to make this presentation to the board.
Good evening. On behalf of Judy Moore, we are requesting the board to approve the budget amendment and accept the LSTA grant.
Any questions? Do we have consent?
Consent.
Thank you.
The next item is a request from the Purchasing Division for declaration of surplus and approval of private sale of a K-9 unit. And Ms. Antonia Steins is here, and Mr. Bill Hamby is here as well.
Good afternoon. Ardell County Sheriff Office has made a request to the Purchasing Division to surplus the K-9 unit Benji for medical reasons. The K-9 has been evaluated by Animal Hospital of Statesville, and it has been determined that it's not in the best interest of the K-9 nor of the Sheriff Office that Benji continue to be utilized in her field of expertise. The Purchasing Division is asking pursuant to the provisions of the North Carolina General Statute 17F21, that's the deposition of the retired service animal in unison with the surplus general statute, for the passing of the resolution that you should have before you, declaring Benji as surplus to Ardell County's needs and transfer ownership to Benji's handler. The handler agrees to accept responsibility for the K-9, pay $1, and sign a hold harmless agreement. Upon the board's approval of this action, the attached resolution, I will continue to fulfill the activities required for the transfer of ownership from Ardell County to the handler. And if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
I don't think Bill's here to give a speech.
Yes, okay, good. I was wondering who was going to come. I'm here just for the surplus action, so I'll step aside for.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, and Ms. Milton. Benji is ready to be retired after 11 years of dedicated service to Ardell County. Hearing is going away, vision is going away pursuant to the vet. And as we all know, if we need to recall an animal, we need the animal to be able to hear and to be able to see any potential threats. And at this point in time, it is the opinion of the vet staff that those two are no longer capable to be conducted in a manner safe for either the handler or the citizens of Ardell County. So on behalf of Sheriff Campbell, we would request to retire Benji and to let Sergeant Goforth purchase Benji.
Did Benji have a specialty?
Benji was a full patrol dog, so did everything from suspect apprehension, to article searches, to drugs, to protection. So full service dog, yes, ma'am.
I happened to be around Benji last week, and he looked great, and they said that they were going to retire him, and I said, why? And they called him 3 times, and he just kept going. I said,
I believe it's there's an old saying that the body is willing, but the spirit is
just can't hear.
So yes, sir.
Let's feel that pain.
It sounds like some of the commissioners at times.
Is there anything? Do we have consent?
Consent.
Thank y'all both.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank Benji.
Glad Benji could stay with owner, too.
The next item is a request from the Finance Department for approval of a 3-year contract with Debt Book for debt management software and to authorize the county manager to sign the agreement. Ms. Caroline Taylor is here to make this presentation to the board.
DebtBook is a software program that we've been utilizing for several years now, which allows us to track all of the debt that the county has. It tracks all of the payments that we've made on the debt issuances as well as upcoming payments throughout the life of the debt. Most importantly, it helps us with all of our year-end reporting that has to be included around debt service in our audit. In addition to debt, this software also tracks all of the leases and IT subscriptions that we have to now keep track of and report on during the audit. So we are requesting approval of another 3-year contract. We're just ending a 3-year contract. So we're requesting approval of another 3 years using this software and for the county manager to be able to sign this agreement. Do what?
Did they increase the price?
There's a small increase in the price. I did have a conversation with them, and they said, we kind of were grandfathered in. We were some of the first agencies to use DebtBook, and so we're paying a much lower rate than other agencies that are coming into it for the first time. So with us continuing a 3-year agreement, we have a much lower. They did say if we went to a 1-year contract, we would see significant increases as opposed to continuing with a 3-year.
Gotcha.
Any other questions? Do we have consent?
Consent.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next item is a request from Emergency Communications for approval of a PSAP funding agreement for Statesville and Mooresville Police Departments, and to authorize the county manager to sign this agreement. And Ms. Nikki Carswell is here to make this presentation to the board.
I'm here to request a formal approval for the county to enter into a 2-year agreement with the North Carolina 911 Board for a continued allocation of 911 funds to the city of Statesville and the town of Mooresville. And they are secondary PSAPs. So it's a continuation for their allocation of funding. Importantly, this agreement does not reduce our monthly base allocation or interfere with any of our ongoing operational funding. We've ensured that all policy requirements have been met, including inoperability, backup systems, and participation into the EZNet platform. With your approval this evening, we'll formally execute the agreement and submit our interlocal partnership documentation to the 911 Board. Thank you for your support.
Any questions? Do we have consent?
Consent.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next item is a request from Human Resources to add a position title to the pay and classification schedule. Ms. Lundy Covington is here to make this presentation to the board.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. So I am here on behalf of EMS, and if you have any questions about the position, hopefully Eric is still available and can answer that. So we are asking for a new title to be added to our classification schedule. I want to make sure I'm very clear that we're not asking for a new position. If they were to utilize this title, they would need to reclassify a vacant position to make use of that. So it is for a part-time logistics technician. You have a copy of the position description in your materials, and the intent, as best I understand it, is to basically better utilize an individual to take care of inventory type items, running vehicles, to take that responsibility off of the EMS staff, paramedics, et cetera, that are trying to run calls. So we're just asking for this to be added to our schedule.
And just to be clear, this is an existing part-time position, and we're just changing the name to another name.
We would reclassify an
Okay.
vacant existing position.
Gotcha.
And
County
I
manager
would just
can do.
say, it's an existing part-time EMT position, and we are reclassifying it to a part-time logistics technician position. And if I remember, there's maybe a 1-grade difference, it may be lower. But it's just an individual that can do all of the supply runs, things of that nature, so we're not tying up our EMTs or paramedics.
But they can be on call to handle the
Correct.
emergencies. But this
Yes.
position ensures that the materials are needed and all equipment is ready to roll. So-
Right, hopefully, one of the things we'd like to see this position doing is, unfortunately, today, an ambulance has to go out of service for routine maintenance, right? We put lots of hard miles on those vehicles. That crew, we lose them for an extended period of time. When they have to come down, they have to change vehicles, transport both vehicles to the garage, get reset, get back to their service area. So one of the things this position will do is help us reduce that downtime so those ambulances are available in the system more often. Our supervisors also spend quite a bit of time putting together supply lists, traveling to the Statesville base to resupply, restock those outer bases. And those are duties we can task to this person to, again, keep the supervisor available to do their primary job, which is to take care of our community.
I think it's a great idea. That position was not in existence before. Never tried anything like, but this, I think, would really expedite the process on so many levels. So,
Yes, ma'am.
Gene, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, I was just asking Beth if they needed a full-time instead of part-time, but she said she felt like they could do it part-time. I mean, with all you got going on, I mean, that's a
And
lot to do.
I think certainly full-time is something that we might consider in the future. I think part of this is the opportunity for us to demonstrate to ourselves and to you the value of this position before we look
Like
at whether or not.
stocking, cleaning, transporting to the garage. I mean, there's all kind of things an EMT or somebody that understands and can handle the med part,
Yep.
not just somebody from the garage. I think that's the joint position.
It's great.
Any other questions?
No.
Do we have consent?
Consent.
Thank you.
Go.
Thank you. The next item is a request from administration to renew the lease with the North Carolina Department of Public Safety Division of Juvenile Justice, and to authorize the county manager to sign. And I've got Antonia, there she is. Ms. Antonia Steins is here to make this presentation to the board.
Back again.
Yes, my mind said get up and walk, but my body did not comply. Sorry about that, Beth. In December, Ardell County renewed 4 three-year dollar leases, and we thought we had captured all of the leases for the state that we have in our buildings, and we missed one. And they are located at Government Center South on the first floor. They're occupying Suite 1101. We have completed all the necessary forms in the process, so we're looking for the board's approval to approve the lease, having the county manager sign. It'll continue to do what it has done in the past, which is manage the site, including taking care of all facilities, janitorials, and everything needed for them to occupy the space.
Any questions? Do you have consent?
Consent.
Consent.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next item is a request from Tax Administration for approval of the June 2025 refunds and releases, and there are no commissioner names on this list.
Do we have consent?
Consent.
Thank you. The next item is a request from administration to select a voting delegate for the NCACC Annual Conference. And actually, as in years past, we need to select a voting delegate and then an alternate in case that voting delegate may get sick or something of that nature. The conference is scheduled for August the 23rd at 2:00 p.m., and it will be in Pitt County this year.
Make a motion to approve, or to appoint Commissioner Houghton
I'll be there, or plan to be there.
as the primary.
Scotty
as the
always
primary.
volunteers as the alternate. I said, you always volunteer as the alternate.
I don't volunteer, you always put me there.
That's voluntold.
So you're voluntold to be the alternate? So you agreed to that, sir?
We already
He
endorsed.
always calls and makes sure I go.
We were reminding.
Well, motion by Commissioner Stroud, all in favor, say aye. Okay, y'all two are it.
Thank you. The next item is the county construction project updates. It's in your packet for informational purposes only, but I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Sleepy said he was gonna go over that in detail today. Is he not even here? No, I'm just kidding.
He can certainly do it if you'd like for him to,
No,
but he's
no.
not here to do it
We
today.
have a short meeting agenda anyway. We don't need.
And Gene knew he wasn't here, that's the reason he said that.
Down to the minutes.
Okay, so our clerk to the board, Mr. Best, has been incredibly busy, as you can see. So the next item is a request from administration to approve the minutes from the February 6, 2025 winter retreat, the May 20th, 2025 meeting, June 3rd, 2025, and June 17th, 2025 Board of Commissioners meeting.
Do we have consent?
Consent.
Thank you. The final item is a request to call for a public hearing on August the 5th, 2025 for a potential economic development incentive for Project ACE 25. This is something the board has heard about prior in closed sessions, and it's ready to move forward for a public hearing. So we'll have to set that date, and again, it'll be at 6:00 p.m. on August the 5th.
Do we have consent?
Consent.
Consent.
Now brings us down to announcement of vacancies on boards and commissions. County Manager, do you want to hit those at the fore that way?
Yes, if you don't mind. So we do have several vacancies or items or appointments to announce. We have 6 appointments on the Adult Care Home Advisory Committee, 1 appointment on the Animal Grievance Committee, 3 appointments on the Centralina Aging Advisory Committee, Region F, 4 appointments on Farmland Preservation Board, 1 appointment on the Mooresville Planning Board, which is an ETJ representative, 2 appointments on the Mooresville Board of Adjustment, which are ETJ representatives, 6 appointments on the Nursing Home Advisory Committee, 1 alternate appointment on Troutman Planning Board, which is an ETJ member, 2 appointments, and I went ahead and put this on the agenda for anticipation of possibly considering a resolution on August, at our first meeting in August, but 2 appointments on the Lake Norman Marine Commission if that commission is reconstituted and all the resolutions are approved by the 4 counties. So I thought I'd go ahead and announce it. If we choose not to approve the resolution, then we don't make the appointments.
Was there is there an appointment we've already announced for Statesville ETJ, or is it because somebody asked about that? Do you know, John, if that,
Statesville Planning, ETJ?
yeah,
I looked today and there is a vacant spot.
there is? should we announce that now and then try to fill it next meeting? Or have we already announced? I didn't know. It wasn't on our agenda, so I didn't know.
Yeah, it's not on the list, but we could certainly add it if there is a vacancy. We can.
Can we just
add
add
it
an
and announce
announcement
it.
for Statesville Planning Board ETJ appointment? And we could do that next meeting if y'all are good with that?
It may be Board of Adjustment. John's going to double check.
Okay. Whatever it is, either one, just do the announcement today. We were just asked about it and I didn't see it on our agenda, so I didn't know.
Board of Adjustment.
Board of Adjustment.
Board of Adjustment.
All right, so
Okay.
Statesville Board of Adjustment, one appointment for an E ETJ.
Okay, now brings us down to appointments to boards and commissions, and I think we have several for this evening. If you want to go over those, please, ma'am.
Yes, absolutely. The first is the Animal Grievance Committee. We have two appointments, Justin Benfield and Amy Miller. They are currently serving, and they have volunteered to serve again. We have three appointments on the Iredell County Planning Board. We have Lisa Meyer, we have Doug Holland, and Jerry Santoni. Again, all three of those are currently serving, and they have all volunteered to serve again. On JCPC, we have 5 appointments. We have Carrie Netzu, Deborah Brown, James Mixon, Jennifer Kilby, and Mark Vaughn. They are all currently serving. They have volunteered to serve again. We did receive one application from Eric Babbitt, who is the new Director of Safety and Wellness for Mooresville Graded School District, and he applied expressing interest to serve if there's an opening. So that one, we did receive one additional application above and beyond the appointments that we have, but all the individuals that are currently serving have volunteered to serve again. And then the final one is, we have one appointment on the Farmland Preservation Board. Ken Robertson is currently serving and has volunteered to serve again.
Do we have any unfinished business for the 4 o'clock hour? Public comment period is for this evening as well. Any commissioner updates at the 4 o'clock hour, or does somebody want to wait to the 6? Any new business? County manager's report, you got anything at the 4?
Just to make sure everybody knows that the new entrance is open. So during commissioner meeting days, our 2 doors that we have been open, those will be open. And then our ADA accessible entrance, that is now open, and that will be the permanent entrance. So Darcy, our public information officer, has done a great job doing a quick video, letting people know how to access the new entrance and where it is. But that entrance is now open.
Is there signage out front? I did not come in that way. I came in from the rear.
We
Did
do
you?
have signage out front. Today, the ramp was supposed to be removed today. I'm not sure if I think it's still out there, but they've got it taped off because it should be removed. If not today, it'll be removed tomorrow. But yes, there's signage out there to direct people.
Perfect, thanks.
We do have some closed session items for this evening. Going over those, we had attorney-client 143-318-11A3 for the purpose of discussing litigation, Iredell County versus Sandoz Incorporated opioid litigation. We have economic development, General Statute 143-318-11A4, personnel 143-318-11A6, and property acquisition, North Carolina General Statute 143-318-11A6.
A5.
A5, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Do we have a motion to enter a closed session after a 5-minute recess?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Howell. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're in closed session following a 5-minute recess.